So, hello and welcome to session 6 of the Fever Swamp. I am Matt, I will be the GM. So, beginning session 6, who would like to recap what happened last time for yourselves and our viewer?
I lost another character.
Yes.
Much the same way.
Critical hits. They are not, they do not play very well with level 1 characters.
And we found the mechanical lobster, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you found the metal lobster. How did that go?
I don't
We
entirely
made
remember.
friends with it. There were
Lucas
goblins
Dietrich Steen's
in it.
expedition log, day 14, I believe. I haven't been writing down the days, but we'll pretend it was day 14. We've arrived at the manor deep in the swamp that once belonged to a Lord, Lucas
Gottfried.
will flip back, there's a Gottfried. Lord Gottfried seems to have been a curious man of poor taste, having decorated his home with a mixture of severed body parts and disturbing paintings depicting the swamp. He certainly seems like he fit in here, the locals, and this strange and terrible place, but we've been requested to find some old books here. The plot thickened, however. Presence of the undead and rumors of occultism makes me wonder as to the nature of these books. The presence of a pair of goblin alchemists searching for a secret lab within the house has proven to be somewhat of interest. We agreed to help them search the house and inform them if we should find the location of this laboratory. We didn't much ask for anything in exchange other than that we'd be able to work together in the event of some sort of thing they'd be willing to help us with. In retrospect, we ought to have driven a harder bargain, but I was in no mood to fight people to complete the map. Speaking of mapping, we've decided that the best approach to this is to map out the entirety of the house. We should be able to tell where secret rooms ought to be, or at least where they might be.
Thank you very much for that, Retromach. So yes, presently you have moved into the hallway here, and as we ended last session, Silas, you opened this door on the map, and were met with
The meat room.
a powerful stink, and that is, excuse me, that is where we ended the session. Now, you look into this room that you have just opened the door to, and you see, once you recover from the wall of stink, you see that there are shelves in here, shelving, and all over the walls and like onto the floor. This room is covered with mushrooms and fungus, and there are these strange sort of bulbous mushrooms with a pattern that from Lucas's light spell. These they like come up into like a spherical head with like a pattern that looks like an eye on it. And then the door.
Eye is in like a thing that watches us, or eye is in the letter I.
Eye is in like a cat's eye. That is
Kind of both.
And as you are you're taking this in, this door over here to Silas's left on the right hand side of the map, creaks open.
Everyone roll initiative.
Bort,
Eh,
you have heard the people out there and have decided.
I fire an eldritch blast into the creature's face.
Bort, the door explodes with
Pompergy.
with Swampergy.
Bort will immediately retreat back into the room and find some cover.
Yeah, there's like a barrel in here, and the door itself.
I doubt there is any more door.
Yeah. Well, it might be a good door. I don't know. Roll your damage.
Oh, okay. Let me get this character sheet out.
It's just 1d10. Just roll 1d10.
11.
Okay, there's a hole in the door. The door like goes to what's left of the door goes to close, but the handle is blown off, and it slowly opens up. There's a dwarf taking cover behind a barrel.
That
Hey.
creature tried to sneak up on us.
I should note that he is quite the ratty dwarf. His clothes are tattered, and he looks like he hasn't showered in quite a while.
But he's also a very burly dwarf.
That giant kobold tried to sneak up on us.
Oh, don't be shooting at him. He looks and smells like he might be from Clink. Lucas will say quietly. Hello there, dwarf. Are you from Clink?
That's that town on the side of the swamp, yes?
Yes, north of here.
Well, I'm not from there, but I know the place.
So, were you from the other team hired to recover the books?
Yeah. I guess I sent a rescue party.
No, they didn't even tell us
Ah,
about you.
wait.
Why don't you come out and tell us what happened?
Right. He
Honestly, those people. I don't understand why we even put up with them. I
He's-
suppose that's what you have to do.
he stumbles out, and he is exceptionally well armed. He has a shield and a battle axe. Upon his back is a maul and a heavy crossbow. He does not have much other equipment, however. He seems to have either used it or not come here with nearly as much as he probably should have.
What happened to your boat?
It sank, as did most of my fellows. I think the crocodiles got to them before the drowning did.
No, they were over in the other room. They're quite dead, unfortunately.
Oh, no, that might have been another team.
That might have been the first team. Or the
I don't
second
think we
team.
should. I don't think we should give this woman her books. I'm starting to think she isn't very responsible.
I'm getting really curious about them.
I never planned to give her the books, to be perfectly honest. Silas chooses this time to reveal.
Oh, very well, but we're struggling to tell her we're not giving her the books. I want to see the look on her face when she realizes that she lost them by betraying the other teams.
Meanwhile, is the other half of the party still talking in the lobby, not realizing we found a new party member and a bunch of mushrooms?
Pretty much, yep.
Yeah, we're all just kind of standing around, like,
Yeah,
staring.
there.
Oh yeah, should we
Oh, yeah, I'll
ignore
turn
those
trouble.
wacky mushrooms?
Philsticker, are
Probably.
these local mushrooms with the cat eyes on the top?
Oh, let me go look at them.
Philsticker, roll nature.
I don't know, Mr. Lucas.
Nope, you've never seen him before, Philsticker. Never in your life.
Well, Lucas will risk whatever con save they're about to give us, because he's going to go walk up to one and try to make a sketch of it in his notebook.
They're in the swamp, so I guess they're swamp mushrooms.
Hmm.
Well, they're not, actually. They're in a
They're
house
clearly
that might
ice
have a secret
mushrooms.
lab.
Hmm.
So we'll mark the under this floor as a maybe.
They're house mushrooms,
Yeah.
which I've seen before, so
Yeah, I have
Are
some
they?
growing
Have
out
you?
of my wall.
This pattern.
me, the person, unfortunately.
Yeah, Lucas thinks that it's possible this might be a clue. He's explaining that if there is some sort of arcane or alchemical laboratory underneath, that if something had gone wrong, something might have risen up through the floorboards and caused all of this. It's certainly strange that they're in this room, but the other rooms seem relatively pristine. So he's marking that as a clue.
So these mushrooms, are they actual eyes, or are they just patterned like eyes?
They're just patterned like eyes, but like if
Oh.
it weren't for yeah, like you could easily mistake them for it in like the dark, but as you're bringing quite a lot of light in here, it's very clear it's just an eye pattern.
This does seem like an adaptation that a mushroom would have, though.
Oh, it certainly could be a coincidence. Is there any other damage to the room that we can see?
It as you're kind of looking in here, it looks like this was once maybe a pantry or something, and that the mushrooms have grown so large on the food stores that have all spoiled. And of course that's all quite ruined. There is a glint of something metal on the far side of the room.
By
And
this door or one of these?
I will just say it is right here in that middle hex. Or square. Yes.
Oh yeah, we're suddenly on a square map. That's weird.
Yeah, I know. Yes.
I feel awkward.
Some
guys.
glint of something over there. And you can see that it would be difficult to open this door here without disturbing, without like smashing through a bunch of mushrooms.
Why don't we retire to the atrium and send Phil Sticker's unseen servant to investigate?
You mean Kildrax? I don't think Phil Sticker had that spell.
Oh,
Yeah, he does.
if it's Kildrax, my apologies. And send
Right.
Kildrax unseen servant to investigate. There's a lot of players in this game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Can
Yes.
the unseen servant actually return with information? Obviously,
No, but it can
that's-
return with that thing, and it
Yeah.
can open. It can
also,
gather all of the mushrooms into a corner, and open the door.
You should have your familiar go in there and do it.
It can
She
also
can be poisoned, though.
it can also safely discover
that's
there's a
okay.
con roll.
Yeah, I don't want to make Malierica do it.
No, Balearica can take some risks for us, but we're not going to be reckless with their life.
Yeah.
How hard is it to replace a familiar?
It costs like $5. It's nothing, but
That's not the issue here.
Kill them all day, every day.
I'll have to if you start treating your familiars badly, I'm gonna have to bring back the XP penalty roll from older editions.
well,
but unseen servants can be abused all you like.
I don't think that sending her to investigate a hole is that badly. But
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like
in any
throwing
case,
her
isn't-
into to like find out if these mushrooms are poisonous. That's that's a different.
no,
matter.
I'll need to. I'll get it. If I do that, I'll start getting canary familiars instead,
All right.
and change my alignment to evil. But
Okay. Yeah.
So okay, everyone, tell me where on the map you are when this is going on, and Kildrak, tell me what you're doing.
Well, first he's gonna go down the hall so that he can like watch as the invisible thing does whatever.
Mm-hmm.
No, that doesn't really make a lot of sense, but whatever. But yeah, it takes a piece of string and a bit of wood, so I'm gonna do it as a ritual. I think that's 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, like before, he'll pull out his, I guess, flute. I don't know, and just sort of play a simple tune on it while he channels the power for the spell, and then.
I was just gonna say, in the meantime, I figure we tell the others about this new dwarf we found.
Yeah. So,
Yes, he seems to be from
There's Banjo right here.
Expedition N-1 or 2, pending. We don't know how many there've been, unfortunately, but too many.
it's okay, I guess. And where's Ixa? Where is Ixa? Delgan?
Actually, I had her wander into the room with the new dwarf, but it looks like everybody moved back here, so yeah, I'll move back.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess go ahead and introduce yourself, Bort. If you intend to do that.
Well, figure I might as well say my name. I'm Bort. Nice to meet y'all.
Lucas Dietrich Stein, Nilfenberg Guild Cartographers.
Ixa waves weakly and just says Ixa.
So to our two dwarf players, Kildrak, you're a little busy with the spellcasting, but Corandare, you both will know this. Bort is a dwarven child name. When he reached adulthood, he should have received like a longer name. But short one-syllable names like that are for dwarven children. If he's saying that is his name, it means he is not part of a clan, and not respect. He is not counted as an adult clan member of a dwarf.
I still think
Don't
Coriander
remember
would just
Swamp.
go,
Right. You might not react to that, but you would know that.
Kildrak is busy.
Yes.
Disrespect them later.
Exactly.
If the rest of our characters die over time, we should just start having everyone be dwarves until we have like a party of 7 dwarves.
Everyone plays a dwarf. Everyone plays a dwarf from a different clan that has been wiped out. When I finally have to like make the larger world map, because you have finished the swamp, and I make the larger world map, I'll have to put like so many empty dwarven strongholds. But then you can go and found a new dwarven clan.
So it will become Dwarf Fortress.
Yes.
Exactly.
They're okay. So if there's no other conversation you want to have out there,
No, actually, there's a couple more things.
Okay.
Because this is a ritual cast, we have some time to talk.
yes, please
So,
do then.
Bort, when were you hired exactly?
I don't know, a couple days ago.
Well, it can't be. We were hired just a couple of days ago.
Oh,
Technically, you were hired like yesterday, because you double timed your way here.
So his team would have been hired the day before our team. That's what you're saying.
our team. When I say a couple days ago, I mean more like a week-ish.
All right. What did she tell you at the time?
That there was a team before us, and they apparently skimped out on her.
She didn't share that information with the rest of us. What did she tell you you were looking for?
Books?
Did she tell you why?
Not really.
I see. Do you think you might know anything else of value about this investigation?
Don't really
Sounds-
know.
Sounds like we've exhausted all of his dialogue. We better just leave him here.
Well, do let us know if you think of anything. It's a most unfortunate circumstance. Quite a number of people have gone missing coming out here by the look of it.
And more if we stay here too long.
Yes, I don't aim to have any more of us join the dead here.
Right, because she'll send more people here. And then we'll run into them and we'll have to argue with them.
Yep, so I figure we can see what happens with the unseen servant then.
Yes. So Kildrak, you take your 10 minutes. You finish your ritual, and like the air moves about as your unseen servant begins existing. Doesn't appear because it's invisible, but
Right.
yes, its presence is made.
Cool. So I'm just gonna tell it to go fetch whatever the shiny thing is, if possible.
Okay. It turns about, and it walks through the door, and it bumps into the first of the cat-eyed mushrooms, and that mushroom immediately explodes, sending spores out 20 feet in all directions, which Kildrak is in range of.
Okay.
So Kildrak, as these spores fly out and fill this hallway, you get a lung full of them, and you need to make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
This is poison, so your Dwarven Resilience applies.
Okay, well that's good. What does that give me?
It gives you advantage.
Okay. Constitution. There it is.
Oh,
Hey!
you are so very lucky. Yes. Yeah. So you cough and sputter, and I assume you move out of the cloud back into the other room.
Yeah, definitely. And
Yes.
close the door behind me too.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Now, is the unseen servant immune to poison damage? I kind of feel like it should be. It's an invisible, shapeless force.
I mean, it doesn't say it, but it makes sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume it's immune to poison. Like, you gotta attack it with force, not with not with a cloud of spores.
Right.
So it walks through the room, setting off all the gas spore clouds, all the gas spore mushrooms, and it picks up whatever the shiny stuff is that you can't see, and then it's in the other room, and then it walks back out and it comes to you, and there's there's a handful of copper coins in its hand, covered in these toxic spores.
I'm gonna tell it to just put them on the ground.
It puts them on the ground.
Yeah.
Do you suppose you could give it a sack and have it put all of the mushrooms in that sack?
If you really want them, yeah. Well,
I just
maybe
want them not there. I'd like to investigate the far door, you see.
that'll depend. Is the strength of 2 sufficient for that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I've got a sack on me, I think.
Oh, good.
Wonderful.
because-
I'll clean it when you're done. Lucas
Yeah,
will
I've got-
prestidigitate the coins.
I've got 2 sacks, so I'm gonna have it do that.
All right. So it goes and it starts putting all the mushrooms in the sack. And before long, it has filled up a sack with mushrooms.
That's why rogues are bad.
Does anybody happen to want these poison bursting mushroom things for any strange reason?
Yeah, sure.
It's all yours, man.
Oh, baby.
Filstiger, you have acquired 1 bag of death.
I'm sure there are applications for that somewhere.
I'll use herbalism kit on it.
Oh shit.
Make some basic poison.
Yes. That would do it.
Which can also be made by, I don't know, taking any liquid that you find around town and, like, putting it in a bottle.
hmm
Liquor isn't supposed to go in your wounds. Basic poison.
On the contrary, liquor is a very good antiseptic.
Yeah, but it also hurts. And I assume that pain can be represented by 1d4. Because no one's ever going to die of 1d4.
A first level character might.
No, they won't.
A badly wounded character might.
No, they won't.
That's entirely not true.
No, you won't die as a first level character from that. You might get knocked down, but
Yeah, because it burns too much.
Very well. So, yeah. So you have a sack of mushrooms.
What a fortuitous event. Okay, so
if you decide you don't want to keep those, Filsticker, do let me know. I'd prefer to dispose of them. But let's continue our exploration and mapping, I suppose. Did you
is
find
the
any trap
room
doors, Bort, in the room you were just in?
What'd you say? Trapdoors?
Yes, this room, it seems oddly placed.
Well, did I see anything interesting in that room?
That's the board room.
You saw the things I described to you before, but no trapdoors or anything like that.
So, a barrel.
I meant the things I described to Slag in a PM earlier today
Ah,
that haven't been mentioned yet.
And
But-
what were you asking before, Creador? About like this room or about the one that he was in?
the mushroom room. I was just asking, like, if that was enough to make it safe enough to walk through.
Yeah, like all of the cat's eye ones have been burst.
Okay.
Well, there were some adventuring supplies, so I don't think I'm the first one who holed up in there. Seems to be a storeroom.
How many groups has this woman sent?
at least 3.
I would make a slight correction to that, Bort. The adventuring gear in there isn't exactly haphazardly put there. It looks like this was the storeroom of, the people here. And that's just like, and they stored a tent in here and a bunch of rope and adventuring supplies.
Alright.
Because it's all like neatly placed and like stuff hanging on the wall. It doesn't look like an adventurer died in there and then walked out a zombie or something like that.
It was all laid out for you when you emerged from the adventurer womb, which then shriveled up and you ate it as your first meal.
No.
It looks a little too fancy to be from one of the groups. I think the person living here might have had that room for storage.
Still seems an odd location, but fair enough. I suppose you listen to Man of Taste. Let's proceed.
Proceed where?
So we haven't
Have we
checked
had
out-
a view inside this room yet?
No.
Yeah, I don't think
you have
so.
not opened any of the doors that lead into there.
Lucas went through the wall.
It's fine. He's a wizard.
Slow down there, Kool-Aid man.
No, I didn't have any fresh water, so I used swamp stuff. But hopefully there's enough sugar in here that it's okay.
Killdragon's gonna stand back a little bit because he's already nearly been poisoned once.
Hmm. Okay, so who's opening the door?
a good
Silas
call.
will bravely do that.
So Silas, you bravely open the door, and it creaks out, and you enter, and you see that from the other side of the door that leads to the mushroom room, there's a little bit of mushrooms on the ground, and as some sort of fungus is oozed out. But outside of just around the door, the floor seems safe. And you open the rest of the door, and you reveal what very obviously is a kitchen. There's countertops for preparing food. There's like a big hearth over here with like a pot hanging above it that could be used, to make a stew or something. There are ovens. It is very obviously a kitchen.
Yeah, and he will, open the door and let everyone else look in, since it's clearly not anything dangerous. Immediately,
Mhm.
at least.
I don't know. You know what they say. Like most of the home accidents happen in the kitchen or something.
That's why you need to keep your
the
knives
bathroom.
sharp.
I at least am interested in seeing what's up with the hearth, but just in case. I have to call Lucas over for light because I think he's the only one who had any.
Mhm.
He'll hand off the light spell to someone else's thing and come back in. It's fine.
And there would probably be like a window or something over here.
In fact,
Killdragon does have torches, but they're probably in
Gotta
the,
let some
light-
natural light in.
it doesn't matter. Light isn't concentration, so everyone's got a light.
Ah, cool.
I'm not sure what or who is drawing that.
That was me, and I stopped partway through. I was going to make a stylized hearth, but
Okay. No, the hearth is good. I'm not sure what this is.
oh well. I mean, obviously that would be a staff of fireball.
Right. Well, okay, whatever. Yes. So Silas, you're taking a look at the hearth, and nothing seems unusual about it.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I was just looking. Is there a big pot in there, or is there anything interesting? But if not,
There's like a big cooking pot hanging there. There's nothing in it presently. Mercifully, because if there had, it would have been forever old.
hmm
Oh, there is a door on this wall down here in that corner,
Opening which way?
opening outward.
Get that in a second. It's just... Oh,
no, Retromok, don't. You don't have time. I see you typing in the discourse channel.
all right, later.
That's gonna take a bit.
No, actually, I've got it down to about 100 words.
Oh, all right.
Wait till there's a combat or something, and it's not your go.
All right. So if no one wants to like search the kitchen in detail or anything, I will, open this door as well.
Okay.
I guess we should look through the cabinets to find the treasure.
Yes,
Yeah,
there are cabinets.
The silverware worms.
Why is there a giant gold? There we go.
It was trying to bite me, the bastard. So Filter will, I guess he'll check under everything for the secret doors.
Okay. Just roll a search check or something.
What the hell is search?
Perception, I guess.
You could justify investigation for that, actually.
Oh yes, investigation.
Shut up.
I certainly plan to investigate this room as well.
Okay.
Too late, I done percepted.
15's not bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Phil Sticker, as you're like running through the room and looking at all the surfaces and looking at all the cabinets, you do find like some spices that you might be able to trade back in Clink. About a pound's worth of spices. I'll figure out how much that's worth later. In terms of your XP. But yes, you find some spices. Lucas, I assume that you were looking specifically for like secret doors?
Yeah, he's probably got Balearica confirming the presence of a chimney above this, poking around underneath the hearth to see if there's like a ring you could lift for like some kind of fanciness, just that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I was suspecting, but
Mm-hmm.
it seems like there isn't there at least.
I mean, the hearth is built into the side of the house, so that would be more of an escape hatch than anything else. But look, this is the wall of the house, right? Like Balearica flies over there and sees a wall.
Yes. Yeah, this is the outside wall of the house. So, Lucas is fairly convinced that there is nothing unusual about this room.
Other than the fact that everything is wrong with this entire wing of the house, from a strict architectural design standpoint.
Yes.
Let's
This
have a
one doesn't
giant
have
glass
much
hallway
effects.
leading to a storage room. And we'll put the pantry between the kitchen and the dining room so that no one can carry your food out without carrying it past the sacks of flour.
Yes. I've seen more badly designed houses.
That's fair. They do exist. They are a thing. But Lucas is a Nilfenberger. He's part of the Nilfen bourgeoisie. And,
Also, there's an advantage to having the pantry between the kitchen and the dining room. So if the kitchen was directly next to the dining room in a house of this small size, then all of your rich fancy guests would be able to hear the servants in the kitchen preparing the meal.
That's true. You know what you should do? You should swap your pantry and storage room, and you should make a little hallway here.
Mmm. Oh well.
If we find
That way the
Urgot
storage is close to
nearby-
the front door. The pantry is near the hearth.
I mean, it's a difference of like a few seconds of stepping.
We'll give him a bunch of
This isn't
critiques
a
about
very
his house.
this isn't a
his
very
lifestyle.
very long hallway.
35 feet? I don't know.
Really, you would want the pantry near the back door because you don't want a bunch of delivery people using your front door. That's for
That would
gas.
also be true. You
Deliveries
probably want to have cellar access into it. Although, for all we know, there is a side door like right here for the servants' entrance, and then that would start to make sense. But
Actually, on a practical note, though, for dungeoneering here, did we see like a cellar door yet? Was there one in the main room, like under the stairs? Because I was wondering about that.
No, you haven't seen a cellar door yet.
that's
Alright.
okay. There's still a bunch of rooms we're going to have to make investigation checks in. I'm going to investigate this one before we go, but
That's
Lucas
yeah.
doesn't want to immediately insult Bort by saying, well, you wouldn't have found anything. Let me check. Not
That makes
immediately.
sense.
Or that moron.
But yeah, we can look in this one over here before I go on and look at this room. So that makes sense.
Okay. So you're opening the door?
I mean, after Lucas looks in here.
Oh, Lucas is looking in there first.
Oh, no, I was going to wait until we'd ruled out every other room.
Okay.
I mean, it would be rude to Bort
Like the rest
otherwise.
of the floor. Okay, I get it. So yep, then Silas is opening this door down here.
I mean,
Okay.
Bort was only just putting himself up in there to not die.
But you don't just say that to someone.
Yes. Okay. So you open this door, and this door leads you to outside. There is a sort of cobblestone path taking a somewhat serpentine path down to another building over here. Looks like a second small house for the servants. Out in this area behind the dining room, there is what looks like it might have been a garden at some point, but is now just like overgrown plant life. But like rising above it, right here, you see a statue of a man with a scroll,
Where, sorry?
like
Ah.
over here. Yes. And I don't know who drew the little skeleton, but there is no little skeleton there.
Oh, I thought that was you drawing where the statue was.
No, the square over here is where the statue is.
Could you, like, draw a skeleton in it for us? Oh, there it is.
And like, how much of this is dry land?
Um,
Like the island.
I mean, some of it's kind of muddy, but that you can like walk on.
Yeah, no, I just mean like, is like the I guess the edge of the water 'cause, like this was on like a small island in the swamp, basically the whole manor.
Yeah, it's on like an island that rises out of the swamp.
Is it like big enough to be off the map on this scale, or is like there, like
Um,
water over here or whatever? Like,
Let's see, maybe I don't know. It's maybe
alright,
like a
doesn't
like
matter all that much if.
yeah. The island is definitely wider than the map.
All right, fair enough.
The entire island is maybe like a football field size.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So so that is what you see, Silas. Oh, also there is like a cellar door on the outside in the back, like right here.
Mm. So yeah, he steps outside onto the path and just says to, I guess, Ixa, because she's the closest, because I'm going to assume the map is accurate. Incorrectly, probably. Just,
Well, I would like everyone to try and keep their characters accurate on the map. The
yeah, but he
Quarandir, I don't know what you're doing back in the foyer.
he's reflecting.
We all just walked away from him.
Hmm.
But yeah, Silas just announces it looks like servants' quarters in the backyard. Oh, we should check out the cellar, though. I'm saying as a person here.
Yes, we should
Cellar,
most
huh?
assuredly do that.
Also, we should be elevated to a higher layer above the cobblestone path.
Yes, I was. I did that with Silas, but not to all of you.
Sorry, I can't access layers as a player.
Huh.
I'll stop compulsively drawing on everything.
No, that's fine. It makes it look much better. I appreciate that you are doing so. Yes. It's okay. So you're all like surrounding the cellar door.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe a step
Yep.
back.
Well, yeah, a little bit further back than that, but yeah.
So Lucas is way over here.
Well, Lucas is still figuring out where he wants to stand, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Silas, are you going to open the door again?
That seems to be the best option, yeah. So
All
I'll
right.
reach down and pull it open.
Okay. You open it with a creak. You drop the door to the side, and there's ladders. There's like a ladder going down into pitch blackness.
Well, you've all got light spells.
Is I've got dark vision. Can I see anything with dark vision?
Yes. So it looks like the ladder goes down. Goes down goes down a story, into an underground room. You can see from here. There's like some wooden racks to one side. You imagine like wine racks probably. And then there's some space. There's some other space to the other side of that. But you don't see anything spooky.
Well, wine racks, you say?
Uh-huh.
Kildrak
I
is
should-
gonna.
Lucas definitely wants to investigate that. Now that it hasn't exploded, he wants to go down there.
Kildrak is gonna mention or tell everyone roughly what he saw, and then head down.
Treasure, you say?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So you go down into the cellar, and the cellar is not very large. You see like it's like a 15-foot by 10-foot space.
So, before we head down, I have a question.
Yes.
The house here on the far west side of it, presumably it extends to along this line as well.
Yes,
Is
it's
there a
a rectangular. Yes. So there is. You should rectangle this. Yeah, and then there's since there's a room here, just like go up 15 feet and cap it off.
So his house is like the facade.
And there is a door here. on that wall.
Alright. So this would be an odd place for him to put the entrance to his secret underground lair, because he would have to walk by the windows in the dining room to access it, or go through the kitchens where the servants were to access it. And neither of those seem particularly...
Exactly.
But you can't rule it out completely, because this man's house design is just on that level.
Also, there's possibly wine down here.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
yes, of course, the wine. We shouldn't forget that, Lucas says, having clearly forgotten it.
I mean, I'm building a small collection already. I may as well see if I can add to it.
So Lucas is going to poke around down there. It's pretty fine.
Yes. Okay, so down there, well, you find the normal stuff that you would expect to find in a cellar next to the kitchen. There is a few bottles of wine, although his wine rack is very understocked. There is, I guess, some canned food, and like supplies for canning, and
Well, I will mark down 4 bottles of wine. See if we can hawk them.
sure.
However, just for the heck of it, let's look for the secret door.
Lucas certainly did. He rolled a 13.
Yeah. No sign of a secret door here. This part of the house seems mundane.
Seems. And I believe me.
Mm-hmm. So where to from here?
Lucas would like to have a look at this statue. The sightlines of it mean that from the dining room it would only be visible from the heads of the table. And that might indicate that it's a hiding place of some sort. So he wants to come and investigate that too.
So anyone who is proficient in knowledge religion, roll that first.
It's interesting that you've ported that in as a house rule. Normally 5th edition doesn't do trained only. But
Well, I do it to let people who are proficient, like show off the benefit of their proficiency. Otherwise, also if I just say everyone roll knowledge religion, then I might as well not even ask because there's 7 players and one of you is going to get a good roll.
I could jack of all trades religion, but I've got a 1 plus 1 in intelligence, so it doesn't really do anything.
So, Silas, anyone who's proficient in religion, and actually anyone from the Empire, so Lucas probably gets this for free as well. Well, actually, he's like an educated cartographer. He definitely gets this for free as well. The statue is of the god Ugma, which is a god of knowledge, invention, story, and song. It's very revered by bards typically, and other artistic types. The statue itself depicts the god holding and studying a scroll. There is there's a harp on their at their foot, and they are like, it's a life-sized statue, and they are like on a pedestal, so they stand above anyone in the garden.
Huh.
Yeah. Silas, with your successful test, you know that they are known as the Lord of Knowledge and the Patron of Bards. They are commonly worshipped by artists, bards, cartographers, inventors, scribes, wizards. They're neutrally aligned deity. They are said to have a grand library which contains all mortal knowledge, situated in the town of I forget, on somewhere in the outlands of the Outer Plains.
Mm.
If it's not accessible under this statue, I'm adding that to the list of things wrong with this house. Lucas says.
Yeah, speaking of that, if it's deemed reasonable, I'd like to use Kildrak's stone cutting
Mm-hmm.
to investigate the statue's like actual construction.
Mm-hmm.
See if you can find anything such as a seam or something indicating a trapdoor.
Mm-hmm. There is very definitely a seam under the at the base of the statue, and in fact, if you go around the back of the statue, so like you're behind the god, and you look, and there's very definite markings of where the statue has slid backwards before.
Hey guys, statue moves.
Well,
Guess yes.
I
we'll look at
suppose
that
he got
later.
something, right? Still, it isn't much of a secret. So,
Wait,
how does the
maybe this
statue
is
move?
the fake lab.
Lucas will stand on his toes and see if he can read the scroll in case it says "Speak, friend, and enter" or something.
Yes. So as you make your way like up, like you kind of like get where you can see what the scroll says, you can see that the scroll contains music notes. Like it's a scroll. It's a music sheet.
How about
Can any of
that?
you play a harp?
I can play one, but I don't have one.
So shakes her head.
Could you hum the notes?
I could hum it, I could play it on my flute or my viol.
Try the viol.
Yeah, I'm going ahead and do that.
Okay. So you get up there and you see what the notes are, and it's maybe like 30 seconds of music. And you hop down, and you give it a play, but nothing happens.
Hmm.
Does it sound
Elsewhere-
like a regular song to us, or is it all weird and creepy?
It sounds like a regular song to you. On the map, I see that some of you are still back in the kitchen. Those of you who are back by the kitchen, as he plays this song, you start hearing, like, from the upper floor, a woman's voice, and she is crying.
Huh? What?
Oh yeah, there's
What?
another floor.
There's a woman upstairs.
We'll come back to the
Let's meet her.
statue. We should make sure that she is either all right, or, if threatening, not all right.
Well, it seems fine. The statue will still be here.
Okay.
Would Bort have heard that?
Yes.
Nice.
Bort has heard it before, but you neglected to tell them that.
Classic
she-
board.
She's been wailing like that since I've been here. I don't think it's a person. Or at least not an alive one.
How long did you listen to a woman scream before you concluded that?
Longer than you'd care to know.
Lucas just sort of shrugs and doesn't say anything.
Okay.
Kildrak just kind of looks at Bort for a little bit.
She was from a previous expedition.
Expedition N-3.
Lucas didn't grow up in a dwarf fortress. He wouldn't understand.
Yes. So, so you go up the stairs, and the stairs take you to like a little landing thing, that overlooks the front room. There is a pair of double doors up here, and a hallway which seems to run to a window on either side. So there's like a hallway that goes right through the middle of the house. And there are doors on either side. Do we need a new? Do you want me to give you a new page for mapping the new floor?
Assuming it has the same footprint, I think we can fit it south of the small house, not to scale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the same footprint.
All right, I will just draw out that footprint for you then.
Okay.
Do I take some measurements to figure that out? So
Okay.
7 is easy. Two, three, 2, 3, 4. Let's start again in the right color. Roll 20 is being a pain today.
Mm-hmm.
Getting some weird lag and banded stuff.
Hmm.
We'll just run here. Way over to here. Was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's fix that one up. Just change my character color to black so it
Mm-hmm.
defaults to that. Easy drawing. There we go. Alright, so I put in the staircase for you up there. Or at least those are the two tiles those people, Silas and Kildrak, are on.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So. Whoops.
You
Damn
could move them down a level south if you want to, or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Right, where are they supposed to be? Like here?
Those are the same squares.
Everyone liked the triangle hallway.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, later
No.
we'll build a house for Ned Flanders. It'll be fine.
I'm far enough in the hallway you can't ever come out again.
And what I might do is I might draw the room. The room we're in, it's 2 stories tall, right?
Yes.
So what I'll do is I'll realize that Silas' staircase needs to be 1 over. The other one's fine. And then I'll draw that in.
What is this in the guest quarters? This whole feature right here? 'Cause I'm concerned.
I don't know. I didn't draw it.
Wind
Oh, that
vanes,
looks like a
weather
pile
vanes,
of
whatever.
logs.
I assume Solid drew it because they don't know what it is, so I always assume it's Solid's fault. Yes.
I was busy drawing that mosquito.
And is there like a railing here along the edge? Like
Up
that?
the stairs? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, and there.
And is it double doors here between the stairs or single door? And between the stairs, is it a double door or a single door?
Yeah, it's the double doors that I was attempting to draw there, but they came out squiggly. Oh, no, there's no wall here. The wall is just this wall. Yes, so this is like a little open area here at the top of the stairs.
Mm.
Like a landing.
Yeah.
Stop doing this to me, Roll20. Why are you having trouble today?
Yeah.
Since Congress deregulated the internet, everything's gone to shit.
That's true.
Yeah, there is
It's all
probably a
built
railing
back.
here and here, so stairs. Anyway, so yes, so there, I'm gonna stop trying to draw the doors and just tell you where they are. So there is a door here, and across from it here.
Oh, sorry, I cannot see where you're trying to point.
Oh.
There's a giant long arrow. So where's the door? Try again.
Okay, I'll use an arrow. So there is a door here, and one opposite of it, and there's another one. Say like right here, and there is one down here at the end of this hall. And there should be a wall that goes along here. And a door here. And one over here. Okay. And you're hearing the crying from over here somewhere. Down the hall.
Now, hopefully nothing attacks us in the hallway, because it's going to be really awkward to fight in this giant, enormous, 130-foot long hallway here.
This hallway can't possibly be up to code.
Well, it's hard to
Well,
say,
so-
actually. If we were in an attic, this would be the only place you could safely stand. In some medieval housing types.
Or at my grandfather's house.
Okay, so you get down there, and it's very clear that the crying is it's sobbing, and it kind of echoes in a unnatural way. It's kind of chilling, and it's definitely on your left-hand side, on the north side of the house.
Before we go that far, Lucas wants to stop like here and have one of the fightery types check this door.
Which door? This one?
The one beside Lucas, yeah.
Alright,
'cause,
I'm gonna
like-
pop-
We don't want to be surrounded if there's a monster in here.
I'll pop the door open.
Okay. So you open that door, and you see there's there's an easel in here. There is paints. There's like a cloth about the floor with drips of paint all over it.
Where's the
Uh,
wall?
Yeah, roundabout here. It's bisecting this with slightly favoring the size of that room. It looks like this is like the room where the Lord did his painting. There is a half-finished painting on the easel.
What does what's
What
the painting?
color would you say is most dominant on the painting?
Black and green, dark green. It's it looks like halfway painted insectoid face.
Hmm.
It is
So more of what was downstairs.
Yeah, although something about this one feels more menacing to you.
Drowning.
Let's see. Would it be something?
Also, the paintings downstairs were like
They're all swamp monsters.
yes, they were all swamp monsters, but they were like showing swamp monsters like attacking people or things like that. Whereas this one is just a close-up of the creature's face. It's staring out at the viewer.
That's concerning. Let's see. Is there anything on this that history check? Could I?
No, there is no
not-
check.
I guess I just want to investigate it closer then. If
Okay.
I can.
Yeah, you can get as close as you like.
Same thing.
Yeah, it's a spooky painting.
Okay. Cool.
You'd have to go into the room.
It's
He's in the
it's a
room.
weird painting.
Well, I suppose he had to weird paint somewhere.
Yeah, some strange swamp monster thing going on. I don't know. It's real weird.
Well, I'm satisfied. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Now that we are all in a convenient line.
It's time for something with a
Oh, it's two
line
separate
attack to
rooms.
kill us all.
Yeah.
We're level 2. Anything with a line attack will kill us all anyway.
This is true.
Christopher will live forever.
My concern more so is we open the door and it's like a banshee or something that we can't hurt without a magic weapon, and then half of us are useless. But despite that strong possibility, Silas is going to open the door and check.
So, since the door has been opened to swing this way, as you open the door, first you see over here there is a bed. This is obviously a bedroom. In the bed there is a woman's corpse. It looks like it's been sitting there undisturbed for years.
She has a blue bedspread now.
Okay. As you further, there is an end table next to her bed, on which there is a small book. As you further open the door, you see a wardrobe, a mirror, ladies' bedroom stuff, a vanity, I guess. Probably just with the mirror. And in the corner, there is, next to a window, there is a rocking chair. And in the rocking chair, there is a the ghostly form of a woman, um, transparent, and with a slightly blue tinge to her, and she's crying.
This house has gone from just being badly designed to like designed badly as a metaphor on purpose. There they would be right beside each other while he painted the wall between them for no reason.
Maybe
yeah,
it's
Matt,
structural.
You should be ashamed.
I'm not sure
Magic
what.
School is way more similar to a real house than this.
I'm not sure what the what you mean about the painting room being next to someone's bedroom, but all right.
You know, when you get to painting and you're making your painting sounds.
Yeah,
no,
though.
that's not what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh well.
In any case, I think Silas is he's gonna motion for Ixa specifically and kind of quietly say,
When the
Ixa.
art just comes screaming out of you.
Hmm?
Right.
From the
Right.
evidence we've seen of the paintings, none of them look like a Pollock, so we're pretty sure that's not the case.
Yes. So
Right. So Silas was motioning for Ixa to come forward.
yes.
Yeah,
Can she
this
get
is-
past the others?
this is
Yes,
certain.
yes.
She's small.
It's 5 foot across. You can move through each other. It's just it's not an ideal for fighting.
Okay, I'll stick her there then.
Yeah, and he's gonna open the door, all the way enough to where the
Mhm.
others in the immediate vicinity can see
Mm-hmm.
what's going on here.
Yeah. So looks like Phil Sticker and Ixa. You can see the girl. She's a young woman, maybe late teens, early 20s, somewhere in that range. Long hair. She's wearing like
Why
a
did Ixa retreat into another room?
because you're experiencing lag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, well, I will be just a second while the people who are capable of dealing with these things in character decide what to do about this ghost. Whether that be prayers, murder, or both.
Yes.
I'm actually not sure that
Be
Ixa
friended.
would do anything.
Given that the ghost is not immediately hostile, there's a decent chance that we could talk to them and resolve their problems without directly antagonizing them.
Hopefully.
That was my plan, but basically I figure one of either Failstick or Ixa would be the ones to do that.
Ixa, let's ruin this situation together.
Ixa doesn't look very confident about this, but she's willing to try to help.
I'm sure the ghost will love to see these two small, strange people.
As you enter the room, the ghost like looks up from her hands, and her there's streaks down her face where she's been crying for 100 years or so. Probably not that long, but and you see around her neck, the ghost's neck, like her neck is very bruised, and Phil Sticker, you're proficient in medicine, right? It looks like she's been strangled by bare hands.
Oh my, it looks like she's been strangled by a bear. by their hand.
by a human.
Merely by a human. Yeah, he whispers that to Ixa. See,
Nods.
Calvin, he was an emotional artist.
Yes.
Yeah, neither I nor Ixa really have any idea how to, or what exactly to do here.
Mm-hmm.
Look, there's two choices. Well, there's three choices. You are either going to try to pray at her, try to murder her, or we're going to close the door.
Well, Ixa actually is not really religious, so praying is not really the kind of thing she would try here.
Well, that narrows it down to two.
Yeah, and technically, I think her divine smite, like, it does radiant damage, so presumably that could hurt a ghost, but that probably can't do enough to kill it.
No, that's not how ghosts work. That's not how ghosts work. We fixed what's the problem with the ghost. It's okay.
I guess you could try saying hello, and then it could attack us, and then we can feel better about murdering it.
Exactly.
Though, if it is a ghost, we can't take it, so we should just leave.
For a second, I was confused about the whole like Ixa isn't religious thing, but I forgot it's 5th edition. Like
Yeah.
the paladin isn't religious, but all right, yeah.
Well, you know, that's
Yep.
campaign setting to campaign setting. Some GMs in campaign settings really prefer paladins who aren't necessarily religious, but others don't allow it. So it's a by campaign setting thing as well.
I just forgot it's the default now.
Yeah.
It's like a vague ideological thing, which is also legitimate and valid. Just it's kind of funny. In any
I
case,
have to admit, I thought that she just worshipped the Kavoldish gods, and didn't realize she was not a religious paladin.
So,
Well, since Kobolds are dirt people, I did figure she was like somehow incorrect. Anyway, Philster says, "Oh my, who strangled you?" That's what the ghost wants to hear.
Is that really how you want to begin this conversation?
I mean, it's too
She's
late
been
now.
waiting for a while.
Okay. Yeah.
She's been waiting. I'm sure she wants to just get to the damn point.
Yes. So she returns to crying, and she like wails now, and but through the wail you hear her say, "My father."
Oh, fuck.
Well, at least we know she speaks a language that we can understand.
And is not immediately hostile.
But why?
Actually, before we get to that point, I think I
Is
might have
that
missed
you
something.
asking her, or what, Philsticker? I don't understand what you're doing.
Yeah, that was him asking her, but I think Ixa tried to say something first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I think I missed something, but was this like a dead body on this bed over here?
No, that's
Yep.
the book.
This is the dead body, but there's a book here as well.
Okay.
There's
Is
a
the
dead body in the bed, and there's a book on the end table.
Is the body obviously the ghost or not the ghost?
It looks like her, although it's like it's decomposed.
Okay.
But
Is it dressed like her?
It's dressed like her. Yeah, they're both wearing like the same like night clothes.
This is just me with the arrow telling you quietly, get Lucas this book. He wants it. He doesn't know it exists, but he wants it.
Yes.
It's probably going to be a diary, and it's probably going to tell us everything that happened here and resolve all our problems.
That was my
Daddy
thoughts.
strangled me today.
So Philsticker, you asked her why, and she,
Yeah.
I don't know. He'd been acting strange the last few weeks since he returned from the last expedition, but I don't know. I don't know what I did. She returns to sobbing.
Yeah, while they talk to her, I think Silas could probably slip in, stepping over them and grab the book. Having seen this and being curious.
Is there a sleight of hand skill?
There is.
Yeah.
There is.
Roll that, please.
I don't like where this is going.
Oh well, it wasn't gonna be a secret action. He is just gonna, reach his hand out toward it.
Okay, so as soon as you reach your hand out towards it, the ghost flies across the room and puts her hand on the book first, and and her face contorts into like her face just like elongates, and she screeches at you like a banshee, and she screams, "No! That's Father's book!"
Yeah, Silas.
And you need to make a everyone in the room needs to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 13.
All right then. Let's see. Can I use inspiration on this?
Yes.
Cool. I will do that.
I've got advantage on wisdom saves, so I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm fine.
Oh, I made a very good choice.
Yes. Okay. So
That seems powerful. What gives you advantage on wisdom saves?
Being a gnome.
Apparently gnomes are badass.
is it all wisdom saves? I mean, if it's like fear or something, then that still applies. But
Gnomes have advantage on all the mental saves for some reason.
against magic, yeah. Gnome cunning. Shit,
Yeah.
gnomes are badass.
Too bad they don't exist.
Yes. Yes. So she screeches like that, and does not seem to want you to take the book.
Yeah. Silas will, of course, with his steady composure, having seen terrible things already like this, slowly retracts his hand and it steps back. And, probably motions for the other two to do the same. Of course, even though this is his fault. Clearly, he's seen the first 5 minutes of Ghostbusters where this exact thing happens.
Yep.
So as you back off, her face sort of returns to how it was before, and she picks up the book, and as you look, it looks like it's a journal, and she crosses her arms to her chest, holding the book tight to her, and she floats slowly back across the room to her chair. And she sits down and begins rocking again.
Vilstiger's gonna try persuasion on the ghost.
Okay, you can't tell me that.
What does it look like?
Oh, before I say what I'm doing, I can't tell you.
Yeah, you need to tell me what you're doing. And then maybe I'll ask you for a persuasion check.
Okay.
You have to trigger the parley move because you have leverage on the ghost.
Alright then. Vilstiger says to her, maybe we can learn something. Maybe we can learn why from the book together.
Book? Lucas will call, what's this about a book? He'll walk up now. There's a book? Oh, hello. Is she going to murder us? I'll ask the others, getting caught up.
Vilstiger shuts the door.
Uh, the book. Well, I don't. It's Daddy's journal.
Wow. Is it truly his journal? Such an impressive man's journal would be quite the find. We're from the Cartographers Society. We're looking to determine what's going on with the house, what's in the area, and I'd very much like to ensure that your father's legacy and history is fondly remembered. Do you
Well,
suppose we could
realizes
make
he
a
didn't
copy
shut the
of
door
the
like he
Royal
intended.
Library in Nilfenburg?
I like imagining we are hearing this through the door.
I already stepped in. My token was there before he
Yeah.
said he closes the door.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
unfortunately.
You've just
Phil
kicked
realized he was
the
too late.
dwarves out of this conversation.
Filster opens
This
the
is
door again.
this is maybe racist against dwarves. I don't know.
So anyhow, I know
More
that
reasons why I don't trust him.
I know that the other players talked over me, but presumably they didn't talk over Lucas. So how does
Mhm.
she
No, I
feel about
heard
that?
you.
Yes, she's like, Daddy was trying to sell copies of his manuscripts to the to some library. I don't think he would like just if I let you just copy them.
Oh, how much was he hoping to receive for them?
I don't know. I don't pry into his money matters. He doesn't like it when I ask about that.
Well, I will be certain that the proceeds from the sale of the copy go to his estate, so that your family is still firmly recognized.
Mhm.
I would hate to see his work go wasted.
You'll have to ask my father.
Oh, is he home?
I don't know. I haven't seen him since. And then she begins to cry.
Well, Lucas is going to potentially set her off because he's going to tell her. I'm afraid we haven't heard from him in
Filster
some
looks
time.
around.
He may be missing, but we would very much like his legacy to be unforgotten, so that all will know how great he was.
Mm. What do you mean he's missing?
Well, we haven't heard from him in some time. Doesn't seem to be home. It's possible that he's become lost in the swamp.
Oh, father knows his way around the swamp. He goes out into the swamp with the men all the time. He sometimes he's gone for weeks, but he always returns.
Oh, you poor sweet child. Things happen to the best of us in this dark place.
She just continues rocking in her chair.
Since they've decided to be racist and lock all the dwarves out, Kildrak is gonna pull out his viol and start playing.
No, I reopened the door, Kildrak. Hell, I'm out here with you now.
No,
but he's,
if my please we need to honor your father's memory speech didn't produce a roll, I'm not sure what will, so
I'm gonna play the song that we found on the scroll.
that could work. Or it could trigger her, one way or another.
We'll see.
Something will
Mort's
happen.
going to go ahead and check this door. Might as well.
Okay. So Kildrak, you start playing the song again, and she she perks up, and she says that was always my favorite melody. Dad used to play it on his flute.
His flute. Okay, Kildrak is gonna switch to the flute. I do have one.
Mm-hmm. And she listens to you play, and she says you play very well.
Thank you. I am a bard by trade. I saw the notes downstairs on the statue. It's a very lovely melody.
Mm,
He,
yes.
you said that your father used to play it?
Yes. There's a music room in the other side of the house. Um, my father, he was a great artist and musician when he wasn't uh, exploring the uh, cataloging the creatures of the swamp. He was a he was a man of many talents.
This, did he normally play his music only in the music room, or did he play at other places as well?
He would entertain people who came here in the lounge or the dining room, I suppose, or out in the garden.
Interesting. Were there any, do you know if he kept notes of any other songs that he liked, that he played often?
Oh, there's lots of music sheets in the music room.
Oh,
He would have whenever he went to Clink, there was a merchant. He used to have bring whatever pop songs and music was popular in the Empire, so that he could play it here.
would you mind if I looked at them?
Of course not.
Very good. And perhaps, if there's any others that you're interested in, I could possibly play them for you.
Mm. Yes. She mentions a few. She mentions a few songs, and says, asks you to bring them to her.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
So, like, oh,
yes?
I was gonna ask, like, because it got cut off, or I assumed like that was a more amenable, I guess, tangent to try to be diplomatic about it. Like, does she consider Lucas's offer or whatever afterwards? She didn't really give a final response, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. She's not going to go back to that tangent just yet.
Fair enough.
Yeah, my thought was sort of, more meta, that basically we can diplomify a little bit,
Hmm.
give her something she likes, and then see if she'll talk about it more.
Yeah, that's fair. I just figured so it wasn't forgotten.
Right.
So Bort, you open the door, and
Get on the floor.
And
I woke the dinosaur.
get eaten by a dinosaur. No. But you do reveal what appears to be the master bedroom. There
Alright.
there is this is a very oddly shaped master bedroom.
Yeah,
It is very
let's start with
very
the wall.
long. I'm trying.
Okay, just how many feet?
There.
130.
It basically takes up this entire quarter of the house, but it is very oddly proportioned room, long and kind of narrow. But there's a very large bed on the far side. There is actually probably wouldn't put it on the far side. Probably like on your side. And wardrobe, trunk at the foot of the bed, full standing mirror, more creepy paintings of different swamp monsters.
A shooting gallery. That's what the shape of the room is for. It's just like a target practice range in his bedroom.
I could never sleep. That's why I died.
Yes. Yes. So, yes, you've discovered the master bedroom.
It's like a 150 square foot bed.
It's a very large bed. He
Emperor-sized bed.
Yes.
It's
He,
only 15 feet long.
Alright. Anything interesting in the room other than the gigantic bed?
no.
I'm imagining that due to square sizes of D&D,
Anything,
all sandwiches
I wanna
are
check
like
that
6
chest
foot
out.
subs.
anything interesting about the giant bed? Other
The
than
There's a
chest.
chest in front of it. We should look
Yeah,
at.
the chest is probably the key thing here. Speaking of which, it might need a key.
Bort will check the chest, I guess.
Okay.
Chest worms.
Yeah. So you open the chest, and there is spare blankets and sheets and assorted things like that. You toss all you dig down below that and below that and below that, and you find at the bottom there's a book. It looks very much like the book in the ghost had, except it has a large number 2 painted on the front.
Okay.
Does it also is the number 2 embossed on a 6-fingered hand?
I was just.
It is
crap
not.
defaults now.
It is not.
Well, on the one hand, I want to read it. On the other hand, I don't want to read it because it would probably kill me or something.
You can let Lucas read it. I'm sure he will.
Yep, absolutely. And if it kills him, it kills him. But
Bort will crack it open. It's not like
Alright.
I can't just make yet another character.
So you start flipping through it, and it is a journal of some sort. There are sketches of places, locations. There's a drawing of a monolith. There's a sleeping face under the water. There's a broken ship sticking out of the swamp, and a tree with a spider in it. And there's like all these different locations with little tidbits of information scrawled out in very sloppy and hard to read handwriting with shorthand that makes it difficult to for you as not the original author to parse useful information from. But it seems to talk about places in the swamp.
All right. Well, that seems useful. I'll wait for our cartographer to not be busy, and
Yeah.
then present him with the book of.
Yes.
Street
So
Valley.
they're done. They've finished talking with the ghost for now, and they come over to you.
how did they get that bed in here?
That is a good question. The answer is probably
Maybe
magic.
they
Built it in
grew it
place.
here.
I suppose they must have lifted it through the large window, but It seems absurd.
They built the manor around the bed.
But did they levitate it into position?
We live in a stupid magic world. They probably teleported it.
In any event,
They could have built the first floor first, and then built the second floor after they put it in.
Or
Yeah,
they
but
built
in
a
any
small
case-
bed and then moved it up there and then enlarged it.
I suppose they could have brought sheets and planks up here, and then built the bed.
Maybe the bed is a magical construct.
That could be. I've seen that before.
Don't rely on it.
But it looks so comfortable, Filsiker. You could just
Yep.
disappear into the covers forever.
My God,
Forever.
I know bed, but I don't want to rest in you now. I know your secret.
No, it
You
would
said
take
it out
nearly
loud.
half. It would take nearly half an hour to prestidigitate something that size clean. I'm just not willing to put in the effort.
Filster tells the bed to go to hell where it came from.
The bed feels sad. It just wanted to be useful. But anyway, there's this book.
Lucas
Huh?
wants the book.
Bort gives him the book.
Thank you very much, Bort. And then he'll start looking through the book.
hmm
It's
And,
like
and it's the book is to Lucas as I described to Bort.
This could take some study. Does it? I'm going to see if I can figure out if any of these sections refer to anything I've mapped. Lucas will take some time later at camp to see if he can start deciphering the code, but it's probably going to take a while.
Yeah, there's nothing in this book about anything that you've mapped so far. Yeah, you haven't been anywhere interesting yet.
Okay. Well, we'll figure that out when we can.
Yes, but yeah, you can spend some time looking over the journal when you make camp later, or whenever you do that.
Hopefully, we'll be able to resolve the mystery of this place.
Hmm.
At the very least, I want to make copies of this when I have the chance. It's large, though. We'll have to pick up materials back in Clink before I can really get to work on it.
Yeah, you probably aren't carrying around a book full of paper.
I am, in fact, carrying books full of paper, but I use it for my journal.
Right, yeah, because you do have your journal and you have no, probably not enough to spare. So okay, so you regroup. Where are you going to now?
Kildrak wants to find the music room, but I figure we will eventually.
Yes, if you keep trying rooms, eventually you will find the music room.
I mean, I guess just next door down the row.
So the double doors here at the top of the stairs?
It seems important. But yeah, sure. Unless there's dissenting opinions.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Actually, we're a little over halfway through our time. Maybe now would be a good time for us to take like a 5-10 minute break. Let's take like a 10-minute break. Come back at 12:30.
It's not
Okay.
ominous at all, but yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah. So, let's take a break.
Okay.
Alright.
See you soon.
All right.